Our goal is to combine all three stories, self, us, and now, together into one linked narrative. Each story has a challenge, choice, and an outcome, and concludes with a call to action. The thread that makes your linked narrative coherent is the values that run throughout. So now I'm going to play a video of one of our organizers sharing their story of self. Please listen for, when do you hear a story of self? What about a story of us and a story of now? What values run through their story? What details, images, and moments help to bring this story to life? And of course, what is the ask? I started working with March for Our Lives on a Friday. I remember it was a Friday because it was Spirit Day at my high school, which was super exciting because we got to ditch our ugly uniforms and come dressed up in fun clothes. It was also the 20th anniversary of Columbine, so I came dressed in an orange shirt that had "Never Again" sloppily painted across the front in black fabric paint. After exchanging countless emails back and forth, my principal finally agreed to let me speak and lead a moment of silence at our pep rally that afternoon. But 5 minutes before the pep rally, he told me that my part in the program had been cut. I was so angry and upset that I'd been silenced, that I tried to get all of my friends to come join me at a protest I saw was happening on social media at the state capitol. However, none of my friends wanted to come with me. So I got on the freeway for the first time ever, mind you, and I drove myself to the Arizona State Capitol during rush hour traffic. It was terrifying, but I knew that it was the start of a new chapter in my life. At the Capitol, I was greeted by 300 other kids from across Arizona that I had never met before, and all of them were wearing orange, just like me. I held hands with a girl that I'd never met before, and together we walked into the state capitol. We lied on the floor of the House of Representatives for hours in a die-in. That random girl I held hands with is now a very close friend of mine, and we still organize together to this day. As I think back to that day, I realized that I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of being made fun of for my Spirit Day outfit. I wasn't really scared of rush hour traffic or of getting arrested at the protest. I knew that I was fighting for something bigger than myself, and something within me really changed. That day taught me that passion and a sense of purpose are always stronger than fear. This is our movement. It's you, it's me, and everyone else in our generation against the school principals and the establishment that tell us we don't deserve a platform and that what we have to say isn't important. I know I don't have to tell you twice, but they're wrong. I fight for a world free of gun violence, a world where everyone feels safe in their community. That's why I've been organizing on the ground nonstop since then, and mobilizing my friends to do the same. I challenge you to take that risk and to get outside of your comfort zone to organize for change the same way I did when I held a stranger's hand on the floor of the House of Representatives in 2018. So, if you're ready to take that next step, please join me at the ASU March for Our Lives meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. to learn more about this movement. I'll see you there. I've heard people say that they don't have a story, or that someone else's story is so powerful that it's pointless to tell theirs. But nothing could be further from the truth. By making the decision to join us for this training today, you're building skills and taking action to rise up against gun violence and fight against injustices. The story of how what in your life brought you to the fight against injustice is a story worth telling. No, it's a story that needs telling. Using the handout linked in this training, please practice crafting and telling your personal story, and then keep practicing by sharing it with others. Effectively communicating your story is a skill, just like any other, that you get better at with practice. So, congratulations! You've made it through our Organizing 101 training. Thank you so much for doing the emotional labor that this training required and for sharing your stories with us as well.